Look at that. Getting all in here. And then there's a bunch of people we could talk to. We can go to shops. Hi, Kitty. What do you have? Hey, Leonard. How goes it? Oh, is that your new friend there?
Oh, that was it? Okay.
That was it.
Bye.
Oh, no, we have emotes.
It's a decent sized
We
town.
just have...
Decent sized town.
Hello. Huzzah!
So when's the quest they have to go find someone and literally go screaming in their face saying hello?
Karate pose.
Hmm.
So if I remember correctly, there's none of that. Thank the Lord.
Yeah. It's
But
how
like,
odd they revert it later.
right? Here's some shops to buy stuff. Okay, and then we need to head over to the
With
winery.
the red rose, say it out loud at this nothing area. It's dumb.
Dude, they do that in Shadowbringers, and oh man, is it stupid? There's
Keep
a
saying it. Forget the capitalization. Maybe a space. Have an exclamation mark.
I did that with
Do
one
it
of the
again.
characters. You have to call out, and fuck me, did it take me a minute to figure out what I typed in wrong. Because you say it once, and she's like, "Is that it? You can not do it better?" And it says, "Type this in instead." It's like, "Oh, come on, you can do better than that." You have to do it 3 times, three
Oh my
different
God.
text boxes. It's a mess.
Fucking filler. Hate it.
Okay, so we need to leave the town. I don't remember how to get out of town. I think it's through here.
Let's hurry. We can't make the princess wait.
That's not what I
I
want.
wonder why this is such a default thing too.
What
There's
is?
got to be a place they continue, like these big open fountain center circular road areas
Oh, I think it's
with a bunch of.
because in old in architecture and stuff, they typically were like gathering grounds. That's where everyone would go for the parties and just to hang out.
Yeah.
But because it's a game, it serves no real purpose other than to just
Well, yeah.
immerse you
I
into
mean,
it.
I understand the immersion part of it, but like, were they common in older cultures?
I think in the bigger towns, but maybe not all around like we see.
Yeah. I get that they're cool looking. Why do we stare?
Why did he just say weird into his face?
Yeah, why do we just stare at this random guy deep in the eyes and go, fucking weirdo? What a chodemeister as we walk away.
What a Chodemeister.
Is this the troop or carnival?
I think
people?
this is the troop, yeah.
Okay.
Look at these giant lizards. Look at that not obvious film. You
Oh my
remember?
God,
Do
yeah.
you remember Dark Cloud 2?
Yeah. Fucking, what was his name?
I
Babo?
It might have been
I don't
Boppo.
know. Boppo. Beep boop boop beep bop. Beepo beepo.
Anytime I see a troop come in with clowns, I always get uneasy.
I mean,
Especially when they
it's
have
this
masks
weird thing
like
they
that.
have to do, right?
I've never seen a circus.
It's a strange thing because it's added the mystery element to it, right?
Uh-huh.
The strange, otherworldly look to it, I suppose. The idea, or at least very foreign look.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the intent.
Okay,
It doesn't help make him feel like the good person, especially when your ringmaster has the longest pencil mustache you could ever imagine.
So this is our main. This is how you will pick areas to go to, and each one counts as like a little mission if it's not a town.
Ballander or Ballister?
Ballister Plain. We're gonna enter it in story version, but there is a version of Ballister Plain that is the multiplayer, and you can run it in teams of 4, just like a dungeon,
Okay.
and it shows it off just like a dungeon.
Speaking of games like that, I still need to go play Neptunia.
Fair.
Yeah. I don't think they're bad in regard, and they're probably good fun. But
Pretty simple. There's not
the
much
village
to
of
it,
Parma.
but it's a nice enough place. Say, you're new to Ballandar.
But I do want to play them out. I think they're probably fun enough, right?
There's some
Right.
over here on the PS3 that I was gonna look into getting, but they're fucking full
Yeah.
price because God
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. Oh God. God forbid the PS3 get sales anymore. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's our prepare for combat. We can edit our commands, equip, and change tactics. We learn skills through skill points, and we have an attack wheel. Well, not an attack wheel, a command slot for everything.
Okay.
We can use
But
hotkeys
I mean,
as well.
it's basically just a MMO style game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I go edit commands, use that slash right there, backslash, lunging slash. Do the same thing, backslash, lunging slash, helm buster, and then cycle through my tab for heal.
All right.
I gotta
So
do the same thing for him.
that's 7 scale slots with 3 hot bars.
So you have one.
Yeah. So 7 skills per hot bar, and then
Yeah,
21
and then you
total
get a
scales.
cycle of 3.
That is a lot.
And some moves count as more than 1 bar.
Why?
I think it was a balancing thing.
That's dumb though.
Initiate
Don't make it a hot bar
combat.
balance thing. Just make it like an increased mana thing or something
Once
similar.
it's full, you can
I hate
attack.
that. Why?
Action chips. Okay. And so one of the reasons I wanted to show you the original
You
game.
ever equip that piece of armor on your head that's got really good defense but obscured half your vision?
All the time. See? This is
That
combat. It's not the most thrilling, but it's an
Is it
MMO.
auto slashing or is it you have to actually slash?
I have to actually hit the button.
Okay.
See that little wheel on the right?
Is that
That's my action. That's my ATB meter.
okay? Well, okay. So are you inputting the action and then the bar pops up, or is
No,
it?
the bar is automatically going. I can't select an action until the bar is full. So watch.
Oh, okay.
I'm back here. I press X to initiate. Bar starts filling. Now that it's full, I can do an action.
Okay.
And then you see its name is a Pulkin. That little crystal is its health.
Okay.
Oh, and the fuck you. That Pulkin over there joined the fight.
No, this definitely looks good. I mean, it's since the MMO.
It's
right?
it's in a sense an MMO.
Yeah.
And the online
Sadly,
is
the
literally
online
just
is
do this
dead.
with the online is dead. Because the online was literally just do this with 3 other people.
With the bosses.
Bosses too.
Okay, that's cool.
Like every area that's not a town is effectively a dungeon.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, we do have 14 now,
Yeah,
so this really doesn't have this much impact anymore.
but the problem
It's definitely cool, though.
the problem the game was plagued with was because it didn't sell very well here in the West.
Yeah.
There were a lot
yeah.
of online updates that didn't come over here. So like at the
I
end
see, I see.
of at the end of the lifespan of White Knight Chronicles 2, there was a big update that added like 10, I think, new quests or 20 new quests, but we didn't get them. It was like a free update and everything. We just never got them. And I remember at the time I was
wasn't worth it, I
playing
guess,
with our buddy Travis, and we had joined a guild of everyone that made their character short, and they called themselves the Lollipop Guild. And they were all like super high leveled and maxed out and stuff. And there's a thing where there's a way to respec, but it's kind of like a reincarnation system where you'll respec, but your stats will carry over.
All right.
And it's a way to
Does
do
it
the
matter
higher
then?
level dungeons a lot easier. There you go. Level up.
No, this looks fine. With more people, I actually could see that being fun. Play with your friends, kind of just journey around for a little bit, do the game.
Yeah, and
Do you play the entire story mode with the online, or is it purely story is by itself?
story is separate, but every story map that you finish, you can run with friends.
Okay.
It's not like
But then your character would level up, but you could then use the main story.
yes.
Okay, so you can run through it a little
So
easier that way.
your main character levels up alongside everything. Your your NPCs don't necessarily if you go to do online stuff, so
Yeah,
you could
but I
be
mean,
drastically over leveled, but
yeah, but your NPCs to be about on level with the story, and then you would just be beefy, beefcake, Mickey punch everything to death.
I think the ones that you keep in your active party do. There's a bench experience, but I think they get like half.
Mm. I mean, still half of bonus experience, basically.
Yeah.
No, these are fine. Because I mean, I played Xenoblades, and although I would love to hear more of the story and stuff, I don't care for the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And that had the same idea of pseudo online, but no online, no controlling your allies. And this is kind of the same thing, at least,
But with this,
except that has the option of online as well.
you can also control your allies in
Yeah,
a
and that's a
lot
huge
better
part too. Then,
manner. Like I could
yeah,
actively switch over to Leonard. I could click
and
on
play him.
him and tell him to do stuff, and there's an AI system that I can tell him to be like, "Hey, heal
Oh
more,"
yeah,
or "Hey, attack more."
that's much better.
And then the fact that you can build them up any way you want. Like I made my Leonard in my main game, two-hand sword.
Huh?
He was a pretty decent tank, while I was the one dealing more of the damage, despite having the sword and shield.
Yeah.
And then I had one of our characters be an actual healer, and she was
And
fucking
just
really
healed.
good. Yeah.
Huh, that's
Healing
neat.
is really
Yeah, no,
good in this
stuff like
game.
that is a lot better. But Xenoblade, I couldn't get into it with its gameplay of
Mm-hmm.
just literally, please do the move. I need the move, and they don't do it.
Yeah, no, I could actively sit here. I hit select, change
Yeah,
character. I'm now Leonard.
yeah. No, that's much better.
So in
And
a
I will say
pinch,
also, I mean, Xenoblade had a beautiful world too,
oh yeah, I
but I
did.
also really do like this world too. I mean, it's old, you can tell,
Yeah,
but there's actually quite a bit here as well. It looks nice, pleasurable to the eye. It's not like a plain blanket of flat earth they call grass and nothing.
mm-hmm.
The fact they actually have these grass textures of actual, leaves popping up. They're probably JPEGs, I'm pretty sure, but whatever. The
And
trees, bush placement, the fact they have different colored foliage and all that, it's actually really nice.
I think the issue with Xenoblade was because it was made for the Wii. They could only do so much.
Mm,
I think the best experience would probably be that definitive edition, just because they overhauled the shit out of that game.
that's good to hear.
I don't know if the
I don't know.
gameplay is any better, but I know graphically it's like night and day. It's like a whole. It
That's
might as well be
that's
a
good to
different
hear then.
game,
I might go back to it one day, but I don't know if I care for it. Especially now that I know I can play 14 as well.
right?
Like, if I'm going to dedicate my time to an MMO experience, I might as well play an MMO.
Go ahead and save real quick.
It's kind of the classic
Notice
problem
how
with those kind of games.
notice how things are still kind of moving.
Hmm I mean, it's technically supposed to be online, right?
Mm-hmm. I think the only difference between playing the actual game and then being online is that the actual game has a pause button. Come on, PS3, work with me here, buddy.
It's trying.
I've been looking up if it would be a good idea to switch it to an SSD over an hard drive.
Mm.
Yeah, this pause
Would
button
it?
doesn't work online. Kind of.
Mm.
Some things will be faster, but not everything.
So it's probably not, I mean, you could buy it for the sake of those some things, but
Mm-hmm. I think they did
you
a
could just
test
not
where
do
if you
it, it'd be
start
fine.
downloading something or writing the data, it starts quicker and saves quicker because of course it does. It's a solid state,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily load things faster.
Welcome to Parma.
Hey, you're on time for once.
This is our other friend
Yuli.
Have you
and
been
best girl.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell.
You must be the new girl. Rapachi
Is
told
she like the only other girl we'll get?
No, there's another one. I think in my save
Okay.
file I
me
have
to
her.
go. Follow me.
It is
Well, I
a
mean, she's the kind of girl that clearly knows what she's doing and doesn't give a goddamn shit what Leonard probably says.
it is a tragedy that this
Hmm.
game wasn't more popular because there's like no art of any of these characters.
Yeah, the true tragedies of our eras.
The real tragedy. Maybe
The
maybe
good characters don't get any recognition.
I'll commission some people.
Go for it. I mean, why not?
Like the
Who's gonna
one
do
guy that did Forgot Hand.
it?
You must be kidding.
Don't let his looks fool you. He's a big old pussycat. Now where?
And we
These are
get to,
mounts.
Rouse said he
there's no mounts, but we get
Aw.
to
driver. Rouse is the
this is how we get to go to the
only one
party.
pull the Wayne.
We're delivering wine.
It won't move a step.
Ah.
Not without Rouse's say so.
The Wayne, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sit tight. I'll
Hmm.
see if I can find him.
But Yuli,
Can you just call it wine?
No,
Is there a
we,
reason
we
they
gotta
couldn't
be
call it wine?
special.
Like, is there like is that alcohol thing? Is there someone consuming it later on? That's underage or something? I don't
Probably.
understand.
that thing's gonna cart the wine? Yeesh.
Dumb.
So, I'm gonna propose a question to you. Do you want to keep going
Yeah.
until we get to? Because we're a couple cutscenes away from getting the night. Do you want to do that, or you want to just jump into the save file and see how the night works?
I don't mind either way. 'Cause I think the ultimate problem comes in. We're not gonna play this.
No, we're not gonna do a full-on thing. If we do, it won't be
Yeah.
till way later. Because this is a girthy
Yeah.
game. As you can see, these maps are huge. We'll be running around for a while.
Yeah. And although it might be neat, I feel like we met two characters, right?
We met two-
Leonard and girl.
Leonard and Yuli.
Yeah. Will we meet any more anytime soon?
One more.
Are they worth meeting?
Technically, we've already met him. We just get like a full-on reveal. It's the guy in the cloak.
Okay. Nah, that's good.
Okay. The
Let's
only
go
thing
see
is
what
you
we
get to
do
see
later.
the big reveal of the night, and though it's a cool reveal.
Hmm.
It's something we could always show off later if we decide to do this. Okay, let me go run to the save point. I should be able to, at the very least, return to the title screen if I need to. I think I can load a save. I
hope.
might not be able to. I cannot load a save. Okay. So I'm going to
Alright,
return
well,
to the title
close
screen.
it out.
Bella. I know you hear those children, don't you bark? Come here.
I was gonna say Discord is terrible for this.
I can only
Frame
imagine.
rate I am getting on this game.
I can only imagine.
Oh, well.
Continue.
Your footage should be fine. I can generally tell what's happening too.
And I saved on the world map. 37
I feel like
hours.
this is an action heavy game.
That's not as long as I was expecting this to be.
Mm. I mean, come on. Persona's got clocked in for like 100 hours.
Yeah, I think I finished at
Oh.
80, but that's because
Yeah.
I missed some stuff and was forced to go to the end.
Yeah, I was probably close to 80 as well, but I think I did 100 total just for the extra stuff.
All right, so here's our cast. 36. You see the little blue part? Those are action chips. Certain moves require them to be used.
Uh-huh.
Combat setup. Do I have the other girl? I do not have the other girl. She has left my party. That is a shame.
Oh.
But Eldor is the man in the cloak that we saw early with the weird Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
And then Caesar, he's our playboy.
Oh my god.
So let me get us into a map and then access to the GeoNet online services. Okay. So all of these areas here in the red are dungeons that I could just go and do.
Alright.
There's different events and stuff around them. Same plane, different objective. You click on it, like Desperate Defense.
Were these all like the story missions you had to do?
Some of them are story missions, some of them are side missions, and then the rest are for online specifically.
Yeah.
Like this one says the suggested level is 41.
Oh.
Because I think max level is 50. In
Do
this
you
game.
get anything for doing them, I guess? I mean, beyond getting stronger and be able to do more missions, huh?
You just make yourself stronger because your character carries over to White Knight Chronicles 2.
Oh,
all your
okay.
gear and stuff. So if you take the time to do all the
Oh,
dungeons and stuff, you come out a lot stronger starting in that game.
yeah, and then you just go run through two and say hi and slap every enemy
And
you
you
come across.
slap everything with your penis.
Yeah.
And then
What's
this is
stopping you at that point?
your outfits and your armor do change, which I thought was pretty
Okay.
neat.
Yeah, that's always nice. I assume that's the best armor you have
At the time, at
or
this
can
time,
probably
yeah.
acquire currently.
This was the team that I used.
Yeah.
Yuli, I made a bow user. I made the other girl a staff user to use magic, but then they took her from me, and I was a little upset about
Same.
that.
And
I
she's
went.
gone for good now.
I believe so. I think she comes back in the second game. I can't remember.
Alright.
But I went sword and shield.
Hmm.
I've learned every single spell or every ability here, and then you start getting stat ups too.
Oh. That's kind of neat. Alright, makes sense.
So each one eventually will start giving you stat ups, and you'll need them for your thing as well. Permanently adds to spirit, vitality, etc., etc. I think I went into the axe a bit because there's a lot of HP and strength ups here.
Might as well.
I made Caesar my spear user. A lot of vitality in the sword. And again, in the axe for the HP and strength ups.
Do you normally build up your strength vitality up just by leveling up too, or
Yes.
just the only way? Okay.
It goes up by leveling up, and then you also get these that also buff it.
Alright.
Eldor, I had this little thing where he was the original longsword user because he came with the longsword after I had already gave Leonard the longsword, so I was like a master student kind of thing.
Alright.
Okay, and then I need to change my party. I'm gonna take Yuli out. How do I do this? Change character? No. Change combatants. Sorry, Yuli. We gotta do
Not worth
some.
it.
We gotta do some shit. We're gonna go off as Leonard. Oh, I forgot I had this sword. That's a sick looking sword. Okay, so I need to find us an enemy. It's gonna be
It would
overkill.
not be worth carrying those kind of big old swords around too.
So, I don't have the action points for this. I need to gain. We need to fight enough times for me to get enough action chips. So let me go ahead and do that.
Okay.
But as you see, some of these are blacked out because I need either MP or action chips to use them.
Alright.
And you get action chips really easy. You just fight, kill stuff, and eventually they'll go up.
So my guess is the robot is your ult or whatever you want to call it, your final limit break.
You get to control
whatever.
it.
Okay. But it is essentially that.
Yes.
Your big powerful move that is a transformation
Yes.
to a robot. A
And
mech suit.
there are story reasons as to why only certain characters have them. There is a total of, I think, 5 knights. 2 of them being villains. And then...
And Leonard.
And Leonard. No, actually, these 2 right here, Caesar and Leonard, they're both knight users.
Oh, okay.
And then there's 3 more.
you're
2
not,
that you
though.
get to find out about in this game, and then 1 more you learn about in White Knight Chronicles 2. You are not fortunate enough to have a knight, but because a lot of people said how they wanted to have a knight, Level 5 made a side quest in the game for the second game, where a character is like, okay, so we've been studying these knights, right? They're really cool. We thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we made our own? And you're the test subject of a knight.
There you go. That's
Okay.
what we all wanted, really.
So I have enough.
White warrior, wielder of the ancient sword, grant me your power.
Can you be knocked out of that?
I think so.
Okay.
There's an incantation for it. And then we're in knight form.
Ah. Is there a time limit?
Yes?
Or you just in night form?
I'm pretty sure there is. I'm pretty sure there's a time limit. You immediately get knocked out of it when the fight ends. You use
Oh.
every move you use has an MP cost. If you look right above our attack bar at the bottom,
Uh-huh.
that is slowly, I think, depleting. But every time you use a move, it goes down as well. Once that hits 0,
Okay.
you're out.
You're out.
You're out.
All right.
Blade. Oh. And the stronger the move, the more MP it cost.
Mm.
Blade Storm. And then once the fight's over,
I assume this
transform.
is something that also plays in bosses a lot more.
So it's used for bosses. It's also used for you saw that troll?
Yeah.
Early game, fighting giant enemies like those trolls are not impossible, but very difficult.
Okay.
Extremely difficult, in fact. And using
That's
the
what the
knights
knights are
makes them
for.
a lot easier. And then there's a crafting system. So you have to gather items and you can upgrade and craft shit.
Man, crafting is gonna be another thing again in 14.
Chop. Alright.
It's enjoyable enough.
Crafting.
Yeah.
I have to
That
get
the- I-
into crafting. I haven't done
I
a whole lot of
enjoy
it.
it. Strangely, in the whole process of I literally gather all these raw materials and then craft it myself. There's a certain sense of enjoyment that happens with it. Okay, so are they different knights?
Yeah, different knights. This is the Dragon Knight.
Okay.
This one and the Dark Knight that we saw is actually called the Raven Knight. They're the only two with wings.
Okay.
So they're the only two that
They
can do
actually-
aerial combat.
Can you actually do aerial combat, or is that just more of a story thing?
I think it's more of a story thing. Target is out of range. I can't get over there. But it's targeting it because it's in range for the knight. Don't mind me just walking this big ass menacing knight over.
Can you not go across the river?
No, because it's an invisible wall, so I have to walk all the way around the bridge.
That's silly. Oh, yeah.
But a lot more in the boss fights, like you said. In White Knight Chronicles 2, they balanced the online matches because everyone has a knight, and so you can transform into it for that and make things a lot harder. And it's just a really neat game.
Yeah. I can definitely see it happening a lot more. Like, this seems fine and fun. But now that we do have stuff like 14, it's definitely probably a lot more limiting, and why would you make another game like this?
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, I myself would welcome White Knight Chronicles 3 because with the way White Knight Chronicles 2 ended, it's implied that the main characters go off and do their own things, and there's a small little end cutscene of your of your custom character off on his own having his own adventures. So if White Knight Chronicles 3 is just you going off and finding trouble elsewhere, I would fucking love that.
You are level 20 D&D character having dumb shenanigan adventures.
Dude, that is like one of my favorite things in the world. Also, I have been put to sleep, and the battle will not end until I wake up.
When will you wake up?
It's on, I think, a random number generator. Oh, another thing. This right here, you can make special combos. Oh, Buster.
A combo?
Oh, hold on. I think I gotta... Oh, no, it killed it. So you can take your skills, and you can put them in a sequence, and at the cost of the AC it would take it would require,
Okay.
you'll just do the attacks in order.
Now, is that like a combo as in it at least puts the move A, B, and then C one after another, correct?
Yes.
It's not like combining A and B make move C.
No.
Okay.
It's just a... let me see if I can't find the thing for it. Daredevil stance, Guardian stance.
So I'll be honest, I actually really do like that. Move A and B combined together to make move C out of nowhere.
I do too. That's actually what
Okay.
Legend of Legaia kind of does. I'll show that to you another day. But
Okay.
right here it says create a combo. You go down your list and you pick stuff, and it's like, okay, I want to do Flame Slash to Moon Slash to Raging Blade to Furious Blade. That is a
Okay.
hefty
It's
cost.
basically a macro.
Yeah.
It's that's all it did. Is it made a macro for you,
But it does them all in one sequence for one action.
but with total MP or AC cost.
For total AC cost, it's kind of high. What's that? That's like 10,
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like 12, I think. So I can't use it unless I have 12 action chips. But when I do use it, I will use every single one of those attacks for one. Instead of having to do one per action, I'll do all of them.
Yeah, so you have the cooldown of the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good for bosses. Good for killing things real quick. But I love this game, dude. Justin showed it to us because when he was going through his PS3 wall, he just found it, thought it was odd, plucked it in, it was fun. We all got a try out of it, and man, it was amazing.
Now it looks enjoyable and fun. I can definitely see why this is beloved in its own right.
I would.
It's actually a pretty big world too.
Oh
looking at it
yeah,
right
no.
now.
If I display the full map, everything here, you can walk to it.
Yeah. No, that's really nice overall. Honestly, they gave you some sort of mount to maneuver across this. Probably been a lot nicer.
Yeah,
like I
there's
said,
no
I mean,
mounts, unfortunately. You can
like-
teleport from
Yeah.
the save points.
But
I
I'm talking about new
believe-
tech they could have just added in. Well, not added in, but adapt from this game overall. Which, whether or not
Yeah.
this became inevitably the 14 we got in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if this definitely inspired and or heavily helped them with development.
I don't have enough. I know when
I don't
they
know
did start
timelines.
redoing 14, they talked to Yoshi P and some of the cast that some of the dev team that worked on it. What they did with 14, the reason it was so bad was they were like, we're gonna reinvent the MMO. It's not gonna be like the boring MMO that you're used to, and that's how it
Yeah.
ended up so bad. But they talked to Yoshi P and stuff, and him and the crew he assembled, they loved the MMO, so
Yeah, so they knew what they were doing from there.
they knew exactly what makes them fun, what the game loop should be like to keep people engaged. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked at some of this, but
And
it's
then
not a
brought
traditional
it in,
MMO, and it was never marketed as one. The online was really a happy accident for a lot of people that just kind of stumbled upon this game.
I think it would have been a fun game to have played when the time was back then.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was fucking amazing. But right now, all the most you can get out of it really is just the fun
main
story,
story.
the character creator, and then possibly, if you're willing to do the work, I'm sure there's some private servers up there you can meet up with some people.
Perhaps. That's probably the very small dedicated group, if any, at all, exist.
But since there wasn't anything new to add to the game, I'm sure there isn't a whole lot left, if there are any. But I love the ever-living shit out of this game, and
I feel it.
though I would love to do a playthrough of it, it would have to be something where we sit down with it and not over Parsec or Discord or something, because I mean, it's only 37 hours it was beaten, right?
Yeah.
That's what my save file was. The clear was 37, maybe 38 hours. That's not that bad, especially for something this massive, but it would definitely take some scheduling.
It'd be a long one.
Yeah, we couldn't just sit down and decide to do it. We'd have to, like, plan around it.
Yeah. I don't know. This game definitely looks enjoyable enough. But I do wonder if it's worth playing through this one or something else too. Especially when we literally have all the other Final Fantasy games in existence to play.
Yeah, but a lot of those go down really quick, especially if you know what
Eh.
you're doing.
Say so.
I do.
Okay. I will have to trust that because I have no knowledge of much of it.
A lot of the early Final Fantasies, what makes them drag on is really just the grind. And if I grind off screen, I can overpower us to the point where literally nothing will give us trouble. If we
And we're in it for the story.
yeah, we're in it for the story.
Maybe.
Because that's typically what I do in most in most RPGs, and it's not until recently that I started actually letting myself not overgrind so early, so that I have the challenge when I get to the bosses. Because a lot of times I'll grind for the inevitable optional bosses I'll go fight, but if we're just in it for the story, I'll just grind it out early, get the stuff, and then we'll be fine. Cut out the extra random encounters, etc.
Okay. That might be worth going to. I don't know.
But like I said, this one,
This looks fun. I
This
mean,
one
I
will
get
take
it.
some
I
work.
can understand this one a lot more, yeah. I understand why this game would be loved. But I don't know if I'd play it right now with 14 existing. I can definitely
No.
see myself enjoying the time frame here. If I did play it. Sadly, time is limited.
time is so limited. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of maybe having us do like a few more PS3 stuff. I'll figure something out with that just because we only have so much time left
Yeah.
till that store is dead. But I'll go and find some games. But this is White
Right.
Knight Chronicles.
Yeah.
It is the fun.
Now, let's go play Arc Fantasia. So, Dwayne, you have not touched it. I know you want to play it, but you just go play it right now. 'Cause if you haven't touched the system,
we need to play through Arc Rise Fantasia. I need to play through Arc Rise Fantasia. I don't know if we'll do it on camera, but I need to play through it.
I liked the game overall. The voice acting aside, it's awful, but I enjoyed the game overall. Story, fucking again, I don't think I cared one bit about it. Gameplay was fun, and it was an RPG style, a JRPG and stuff like that. It had a lot of fun mechanics I really enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there's weird, not crafting system, but the weapon system. There's a lot there that I really, really enjoyed.
I made it
But
far.
man,
I made it far enough to meet the one whiny dude. That's about as far as I got last time I touched it. And I think that was around the
I'll
time
be
I
real
started
honest.
moving.
You say whiny dude, and I think maybe the main character too, maybe the best friend character later. But then there's the not friend character, the one that I don't know why he exists.
I think it was the not friend character.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah. Right. I would have stopped recording at this point, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot I had a mage build for her.
Alright.
Fireball!